is Cold Talks. Tune in. We're chatting about family and friends. Relationship goes together to the end. This is Cold Talks. Tune in.
What's going on, everybody? This is Cold Talks, episode 5. I'm D,
I'm Jaleesa.
and this is episode 5, and this is about
Peace,
peace.
baby.
Peace. Episode about peace. Right off the back, I want to say, man, I really appreciate the couples that came through, the 2 couples that came through. Y'all were amazing.
Is it?
The information and what we learned from that relationship, those relationships were unfounded. They were great. They were amazing. I love the genuineness. I love the conversation. I love the turn up afterwards.
Shout out to Brittany and Larry, man. Turn me up, baby.
But this episode is about peace.
Yep.
And right off the back, I want to read this thing. It said, making peace with your spouse. 7 ways to seek peace first in your marriage. Number 1 is be the first to apologize. 2, own your mistakes. 3 is don't sweep anything under the rug. 4 is encourage your spouse to face issues together. 5 is speak truth in love. 6 is bite your tongue. And 7 is ask for help. So, right off the back, I would say marriage is an all-around sacrifice. I believe.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I know for this marriage, for me, I sacrificed a lot in terms of my own selflessness.
Okay.
I had to not be selfish in order for both of us to make this work.
Yeah.
And there's so many examples I can use, but I just start the foundation off with that. What do you think?
Yeah, man, I agree. Marriage is tough. I was just thinking, like, it's tough. Like, it's a lot of things that you gotta kind of put on the back burner for your partner. Not bad, it's good things too. Good could come out of it, but it's definitely tough. It's not for the weak.
Nah.
You gotta definitely want to do this. You guys have to be on the same page in order for it to work. Because if you're not on the same page, it just won't work. It just won't.
Because we haven't been on the same page sometimes.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to think that marriage is like this whole cute made up box.
Yeah.
And when I say we haven't been on the same page, it got ugly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I stand firm on what I believe, and she stood firm on what she believed, and we just had to figure out some type of way.
Meet in the middle. Compromise.
And it wasn't like that at first.
Yeah.
There was no such thing as meeting anything in the middle because you were gun ho on. Hey, nah, I'm on this, and I ain't stepping off of it.
Yeah, I believe in what I believe in, and that's just what it is. And I felt like he had to accept that or leave. But that was unfair at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Especially if you want the person to beat up. So you got to kind of figure out your partner and yourself, and then figure out how to make each other one. Because at the end of the day, you are one. So
Well,
yeah.
let's jump into it. Number 1 is I'm gonna start from let's start from 1. I was gonna start from 7, but let's start from 1. Be the first to apologize.
Yeah. So just recently, we had got into a little
Razzle dazzle.
He was mad about some stuff, and instead of him kind of talking about it, he kind of like spazzed on me, like, just like, oh, what's going on? We've been doing good, man. Like, what the heck? And I was like, we haven't argued in a while, so maybe it's time for an argument. I don't know if y'all know, like, hey, it just seems like sometimes when you be like doing good, argument is you be like due for an argument or something like that. But anyways, yeah. So I don't know, he kind of spazzed on me a little bit, and at first I spazzed back, like I spazzed back or whatever. We was actually arguing over the phone. We both was at work, and we try not to do that. Don't argue over the phone, especially when you're at work or whatever. But we both was at work and was kind of beefing over the phone because something happened, and he was upset about it. He said something crazy to me and rolled up and went to sleep. And it was on my mind all night. And then that morning, because he wake up and go to work first, he woke up, he told me good morning, kissed me, and went to work, all that, like he usually do. But it was still on my mind, so I had said something to him when I woke up to go to work. And then we were just straight up arguing over the phone. Whatever. He hung up in my face, and then I tried to call. I hate when he hang up on me. I tried to call back, he ain't answer the phone. I called him like 40 times. I'm crazy. He ain't answer the phone.
She is for real.
So I was like, hey, let me sit back and kind of like analyze this situation or whatever, because he ain't answering the phone anyway. So we kind of like, I'm talking noise through text or whatever. He ain't text me back. So I get home or whatever, I'm mad. He tried to come up to me and just give me a little kiss, like we weren't just beefing all day. And I was like, I don't, watch out. I don't want all that. You ain't said nothing to me all day. Whatever. And he just was like, man, whatever. And he went up, took a shower, went to sleep over again. So we argued for 2 days. So the third day or whatever, I just apologized. Like I just sat back and I was like, you know what? Maybe it's on me. You know what I'm saying? So I had took that initial step and was the first to apologize. I was like, man, let me just apologize for whatever I did. I'm just gonna apologize. If whatever I know I talked through the text, I'm gonna apologize. I'm gonna take all that back, whatever. And I just apologized. And when I apologize, it's like a load lifted off my shoulder or whatever. And I don't know if it lifted off his, but his response, I didn't think he was gonna respond the way he responded. And then we was able to talk and come to an agreement. We compromised and met in the middle, and we figured out our problem, and it was solved. That's just what it was. I owned up to my stuff. I was the first to apologize, and I owned up.
And I tore it down. but see, I think number one is that shows you growth, because I can remember a time when we would argue, and I will apologize because I just don't want to argue no more. I can be mad for like 5 minutes, and I'm done. If you don't see your fault in it, fine. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
And she will get upset because she like, tell me what's wrong. And I'm just like, no, just forget about it. It's
don't
done.
worry about it. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? And that just shows you growth. And it will be times where, another sign of growth. It will be times where we argue and I'm at work when I'm stateside, and she will come find me. Like, no, you ain't hanging up on me. We got to figure this out. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like that shows you growth within the both of us. And I was proud of her, because here we are 10 years in this thing and we're still growing.
Yeah. And
you can remember what she said in the beginning about she thought everything was cool, everything was fine. I tell her all the time, marriage is a everyday work.
Yeah.
You have to work on it every single day. And I think when you discover that and you realize that in terms of marriage, you good, you solid.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's one. Let's head on to two. On your mistakes.
I kind of touched that a little bit, because when I apologized, I also had owned my mistakes or whatever. Just to give y'all an idea of what we was arguing about. One of the love languages is physical touch, and he felt like his love tank was empty.
Yeah.
And I felt like
I ain't about to say that, but like, hey man, my love tank empty. Nah.
And I felt like, I'm like, bro, you good? We do our thing all the time. But then he was like, babe, it been a minute though. And I was like, man, you tripping. So I had to step back and I had to realize, like, I have been super busy. I just recently went back to work. I was on vacation for my birthday, just was turned up, lit, enjoying myself, hanging out with family, hanging out with friends, just kind of all over the place, running around, boom, 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 trying to put people in the army, just kind of like running around, just going. And I didn't really realize that I was taken away from him. So that's why I had stepped back and I was like, hey, we ain't really spent no time with each other in a minute. love tank might be empty for real when it comes to me being physical with him. So that's when I was like, so I went and got some stuff. You know how you do, make sure they good, So,
Appreciate it.
so that's what the argument was really about. And we both had to sit back and talk. Like, we ain't never had no issues when it came to that. Like, when we needed to have some physical time or whatever, we just did that, like, with no question. So it was just weird. It was weird for him to bring it up and be upset about it, and for me to try to defend it because we never really had no issues in that area. So
and it was on me as well, owning up to that as well. Because when she apologized, I apologized as well because it's like we tell our sons, use your words, talk.
Yeah.
We build them all the time about just talking, being able to communicate. And I tell them, hey, listen, whenever you have any contact with an adult, tell me exactly what happened. I need you to tell me exactly what happened because the adult may get something over on you that you don't realize was flawed. So I have to help you understand that was what, but you need to use your words.
Right.
And that's what the thing was with me. I could have went by the whole situation better.
Yeah, if he would have just,
said something
instead of copping an attitude with me, rolling over, going to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so don't sweep things under the rug. On your mistakes. I think that's the same thing. Don't sweep things under the rug. On your mistakes. I think with that, we good with that. Encourage your spouse to face their issues together.
Yeah.
Listen, man. When I first got into a relationship, I felt like I was unflawed. And I know with Jaleesa, she gonna tell you exactly how she feel. So I thought one of the biggest things that she said to me, I think, was arrogance. Me being a little arrogant.
Yeah.
And I heard that all the time. But at the end of the day, I learned, and people who really knew me told me don't change that about myself because I wasn't an arrogant, no asshole about things. So what happened was when I talked to her about it, I understood exactly what she meant by it because she explained it differently.
Yeah.
And this podcast itself is a therapeutic and also it's a learning curve.
Yeah.
And it shows growth in me as well because me allowing you to talk, is something I know I probably wouldn't have been able to do early on because I have something to say. I feel like I have a lot to say, and it comes with meaning. So I want to say it.
Yeah.
So that's something I had to learn along the way. Me being a little arrogant, and I fixed it by just shutting up and listening. Because I know a lot of times with Jaleesa, she'll tell me like how her day was. The first thing I want to do is try to fix it.
Yeah.
And me trying to fix it mess everything up. She just wanted me to listen to it.
Yeah, that's it. Just
you know what I mean? So, that's all I got for me. But what you think?
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Encourage your spouse to face issues together. Pretty much the same. Like, yeah, I agree. I agree with what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go. Let's keep it pushing. Let's do speak truth in love. What you think?
Speak the truth in love?
Mm-hmm.
What do they mean by that?
I don't know. Let's say speak truth in love. Let's say we're gonna have to remix it.
Be honest.
We be honest. Don't say stuff in a hateful manner. Don't say like if you're telling me I'm arrogant. Don't just say I'm arrogant just because you can't stand that I talk.
Yeah.
You want me to be able to listen to you.
Okay.
Or listen to other people. You know what I mean? By not thinking that you can fix or have answers to everything.
Say it in a loving way. Like encourage
Yeah.
love when I'm speaking how I feel. Like speak your truth. Like if I'm saying, hey babe, what's wrong? And you like nothing, you going to sleep. And you just throw the cover over your face, you go to sleep. But you mad as hell, then you're not being honest. How are we gonna get to the resolution? How are we gonna get to the solution of the problem if you're not being honest about like true thoughts and emotions? Like I said in the last episode, you have to have true thoughts and emotions and feelings, because if you're not being honest about how you really feel, then how is your partner going to know how to solve the problem?
Yeah.
How to even get to the problem? So yeah, speak the truth in love.
Okay, cool. So let's go with 6. Bite your tongue. What you got?
So that kind of contradicts number 6 just a little bit, because
I don't think so.
no,
No.
I mean you said bite your tongue, so if you bite your tongue, you're not being honest.
Well, first of all, we're talking about peace.
Okay.
So everything isn't worth the argument. You know what I'm saying? So some things you can just be like, I'm gonna let her have that.
Okay.
I'm gonna let him have that.
Okay.
I know people that will argue. I work with a dude that will come to work every day and he will argue
Be
something.
negative.
And instead of arguing with him, I let him have it. It's not that serious. I don't care. You know, I say this. I'm not gonna let my day get ruined trying to say Kobe is better than LeBron or LeBron is better than Jordan. I'm not gonna argue that early in the morning with this dude because he just feel like conversating about something. I let him have that. Jordan is the absolute best. Jordan is number 2. I mean, Kobe is number 2. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm not about to argue this dude down about that. I let him have it because I don't know stats and all this other stuff. I really don't.
Right.
I just know I seen from a game standpoint what I believe.
Yeah.
So I'm not going. It's not worth the argument.
At the end of the day. Okay.
It's not worth the argument.
Yeah.
So it translates that into a relationship. You say, "Babe, why you put the dishes in the dishwasher last night?" You know,
It's
and I'm
Jeremiah's
trying to
job.
tell you, well, it's Jeremiah's job, but I'm tired. I was tired last night, man. You do it. I work harder than you or some stupid shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like that's an
I'm supposed
argument.
to bite my tongue, but like
I know. I should have bit my tongue.
Oh, okay.
I should have bit my bad, but I should have did that, man. I fell asleep. Versus me, like, man, I was tired. And well, biting tongue and delivery.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a good way to look at it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that though. Bite your tongue, cause I know one thing I had started doing in this relationship. I mean, like when I be getting like real mad at something you say, I be quiet. And you know I be mad for real, cause I be quiet in the world. Boy, I be sitting over there quiet. You be like, man, you good? I'm like, I'm alright. But you know you just said something crazy to me. But I'm biting that tongue, you know what I'm saying? For the sake of my peace.
Peace, Lord.
I ain't gonna bite my tongue right now because I'm about to punch this dude.
Hallelujah.
Forehead. All right. Go ahead.
All right, so let's get to 7. 7, the last one. Ask for help.
Yeah. That is big for me. Because I will do everything around this house when it comes to the laundry, cooking, cleaning, make sure the boys straight for school, blah, 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 and be mad. His behind ain't help me. I ain't gonna fold his clothes. I'm leaving him jump right there on the bed. Because he ain't help me. He over there playing the game, watching freaking football. It's football season, Lord. Ladies. I know y'all struggling right now. It's football season. These dudes don't hear nothing. Right now, the game on right now over here. And he keep peeking over there. You know what I'm saying? It's football season, ladies, so I know the struggle, baby. I'm going through it too, y'all, for real. But yeah, ask for help. That's the big thing. He might not give me 110% because it's football season right now. But when I do ask him, hey, babe, man, can you help me with the laundry? Hey, can you do this? Can you go down to the car to get the water out the trunk? Or whatever. Asking for help, it helps. It does help with peace. Because, like I said, I'll be running around this house doing everything and not asking him for help, and he will not help, and I will be mad, pissed off, angry.
Very mad.
Yeah, and he'll be trying to reach over there at the end of the night, and I'm all tired, and I'm like, move, I'm tired.
Nope.
You ain't help me.
Not today.
And he like, help you do what? What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I think all that boils down to communication.
yes.
Being able to say exactly how you feel. You know what I mean? I don't hang out a lot. You know, I don't have a lot. I don't have many friends at all. I go to work, come home, I chill. You know, and I do that for a reason. Um, History tells me that when you usually do that, I'm not saying for everybody, but with me, you know, I like to hang out. I like to hang out a long time. If I like to drink, I like to drink a lot. So at the end of the day, you know, my nights may be long if I decide to go out and do whatever. But history shows me, in my experience, that it brings drama into a relationship. So at the end of the day, I stay in the safe. What's safe? I come home. You know what I mean? I make sure financially everything is situated because that's peaceful as well in our household, in our world. You know what I mean? But that's us because at the end of the day, you know, a lot of people probably don't have that same type of problem or experience.
They problems probably way deeper.
You know, so
Cheating and
yeah,
yeah.
everybody, and that's the beautiful thing about marriage. Is like it's ugly. You know, I think a lot of couples didn't even come on our show. Or, you know, I know we talked to a lot of couples and they were saying, you know, they didn't want to be on the spotlight and all this other stuff. But we're not perfect. No couple that we interviewed was perfect.
Right.
Um,
It's real life, man.
yeah,
That's all we was trying to show y'all, real life stuff. Like it's okay to choose peace over arguing. It's okay to choose peace over staying out 2 more hours with your girls. It's okay to choose peace over bull. At the end of the day, it's completely fine, y'all. It is fine. Ain't nobody gonna pick on you or rag on you or rank on you because you chose peace. Like, choose peace, man. It's peaceful over here, man.
it is. I mean, and another thing, you know, you can't expect your spouse to be perfect as well.
Right.
You know, I remember I used to go so hard, and I used to want to, thanks, babe, you're doing a great job. And she dealing with the boys, she dealing with work, you know, and I'm upset because she missed that little thing. But just like I tell a lot of men, you know, you can't get like a pat on the back from everybody. You out there doing what you got to do, and a lot of stuff is going to go unshowed. You know, I think for the absolute longest, people thought that you was taking care of everything in this house. You making sure everything happened, which is cool. But it started to get aggravated when I'm looking like a, you know, moocher or something. And it didn't matter at that point, obviously, because, well, how we started. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm grinding too.
Yeah.
You know, but I can't expect society to see what I'm doing inside.
Right.
But it means a whole lot if you say, like, man, I appreciate you doing a great. And she do it all the time now. And I remember how that started.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
Speed life into these men.
and you can't think that, you know, it's the end of the world if she don't. But it's definitely it's definitely appreciated. You know what I mean? But yeah, peace, man. Peace comes in different forms. But you know, at the end of the day, it's a lot of work, and it's worth working towards. You know, we got a lot of feedback on the different videos that we put out, different things. You know, we're growing and we're working this thing out as we go.
Yeah.
We will probably interview Larry and Brittany again.
Once they get married,
Yeah.
they engaged. Right?
Yeah, they're engaged, and you know, great couple, man. Of course, we're gonna have Lisa and David on, you know, again. They're busy; they got a lot of things going. But once the schedules connect, we'll definitely reach out and get something started with them. But one of the biggest things I remember about both of those couples, man, is both of them had struggles in their relationships. at some point of time. But as a unit, they worked it out. They worked through it. And I think it's so important for couples to realize and understand that everybody's not going to be on the same wavelength as you guys.
Right.
You know, that's why you have to be careful what you put out in the atmosphere. You got to be careful what people hear you say, you know, people see you say, see you do. And y'all figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, you can never know somebody just went through a whole brawl, you know, after they clean up the house and get situated and come out like nothing happened. That's marriage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
It's definitely not for the weak, man. But like we said earlier, if you guys are on the same page, same sheet of music, it definitely can work.
And it's worth it.
And it's worth it.
yeah.
Because you'll have that lifetime partner that you just continue to grow with, and you guys just continue to grow and learn each other, and just keep building financially, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And it shows in your everyday life. It shows in your kids. It shows in your work. It shows in your finances. It shows in millions of different ways. So for the couples out there, or you know, the people that is single and they trying to figure it out, and like they going around like, man, what's the point? What's the point of marriage? Like, it's dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd rather be free and run around like my brother-in-law say. I'd rather be free, no rules. I'm doing me, baby. I don't see why I need to be tied down to one person. Because you could build, you could grow.
Yeah.
This is my business partner right here.
Yeah.
Along with my best friend, along with my lover, all that. You know what I'm saying? So just to have that one person that you can always go to, period, no matter what, no questions asked. Like, you could just share all your thoughts and feelings and emotions with on a daily basis. Just to have that, it helps. It helps. Like, and I always refer back to when I lost my mom. Like, if it wasn't for D, I still struggle, yes, every day with my loss, but because it was a major loss. It's my mama. You know what I'm saying? But because of D, I was able to get through it, or get through days or whatever. Because I have a random thought and just be sad. But I could go run to him and cry on his shoulder, or he'll hear me crying and he'll come love on me or whatever and tell me it's okay. And we'll just have like a 20-30 minute reminiscence session about my mama, because he knew mama too. You know what I'm saying? He took a loss as well, because they was cool. They used to rank on each other and all that. So it's just having that partner, like that everlasting partner, man, that you could just grow old with regardless of anything. That is the greatest thing about marriage. You guys bring two worlds together and make one. You bring your finances together and make one big old pot. And just grow, man. Build and grow and just keep on prospering.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm just sitting there looking at you like, you got a really pretty face.
Thank you.
Like, it just goes together. You know?
Just want some.
No, it's true. Like, look at her, you know? Like, even when she look normal, I call her and I'm like, babe, and she'll look up. I just think this is so cute.
Yeah.
So shout out to babe.
Hey. You got me blushing.
Uh-oh.
But yep. Peace, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Choose peace in your relationships, in your marriages, in your whatever ships you have. Choose peace.
Yeah.
And it'll help.
Peace equals communication. Just talk. Shut up and listen.
Yep. And let me go over the 7 one more time for y'all right quick. Just real quick. So you have... You got number 1, be the first to apologize. Number 2, own your mistakes.
Yeah.
Number 3, don't sweep things under the rug. Number 4, encourage your spouse to face issues together. Number 5, speak the truth in love. Number 6, bite your tongue. Bite your tongue. Bite your tongue.
Until you bite it off.
And number 7, ask for help. Because he or she will not know that you need help if you don't open your mouth and say something.
Amen.
And that's just it. Hey. Thank y'all for tuning in to Cold Talks. This was season 1, episode 5. Peace.
Peace, true peace. So.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. And hit that little bell.